All right, I've got my supplies. So I got one mason jar. Now these are the little mason jars meant for tea lights. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna break that little section out of there. This is the information on the bottom of that tag. And we are going to use one solar stake light. You can just see this light, and what we're gonna do, I've seen it used two ways. So I've seen some people just remove the stake, discard that, and here, let me get the information off this tag too, in case you're looking for the same product. There you go. This is all from the Dollar Tree. And some people will use them like this with the clear crystal-y piece still attached. I like to remove that part as well. It just twists right off. And this is like how I use mine. I just use this top little puck light piece. Okay, and then we're gonna use some glass gems, and these come in all different colors. At the craft store, I had a few different colors available to me at the Dollar Tree, and these are little glass gems. I found I needed about a bag and about a fourth of another bag. So about a bag and a quarter, and that's how much you needed to fully cover this with the gems. And these right here are those gems that are domed on the top and flat on the back. Lots of little craft projects people make with those. And to hold the gems on, I like to use E6000. Now, I've heard of some people using clear Gorilla Glue or the Gorilla or Loctite epoxy glue. I don't like the cure times. Well, here, I'll just show you. I don't like the cure times of these quite as much for this project. You have to work rather quickly. And it also tends to give a little bit of like a texture in the glue. I'll show you here. Like this gem here, it gives a little bit of a texture underneath of them, and I prefer just like the clearer look that the E6000 tends to give. Now the glue is kind of slippery on this curved surface, so I do also suggest having just a roll of thin masking tape, and this will allow you to kind of just tape over those gems while the glue is drying and setting, and then you can just remove that later. Now, a couple extras that I like to use for this project, but are not necessary, you can still do the project just fine without them, is I like to have, for my E6000, I like to have a medicine cup. I squeeze a little bit of this into my medicine cup, and I scoop it out with a popsicle stick and scrape it onto the back of the gems like that. That's the way I like to do it. And then I also like to have my squeegee. So this squeegee is from 651vinyl.com. And normally I use it for my vinyl projects, but in this case, I like to use it just to hold my glass and keep it from rolling around on me. So that is what you will need to get started on this project. Okay, so let's get started. I am going to take the tea light section and the lid off the jar. And what I like to do, now you will get a little bit of indentions, like this little part right here. It'll mess up a little bit, but it's no biggie. I'm going to just begin to gently rock this back and forth. Okay, gently just rock it back and forth. And eventually this will just snap right off the top of there. Okay, there we have it. So, we do have little places on each side there. It's no big deal. Some of these break free better than others. So I'm just going to discard this piece right here. And then we're going to take the top of our solar light. I'm going to go ahead and activate it. Ta-da! And I am going to flip the lid over, grab my E6000. And I'm just going to pipe a little bead of glue all the way around this edge. Now, I really like to make sure I get a good bead and don't miss any spots, because that helps keep water from getting trapped down in your lantern. Nobody wants a funky lantern. Just get a little bit more around here. There we go. I'm going to drag that back a little bit. Pull that back a little bit so I don't have too much squishing out. And I get some back in there. All right. And then I am simply going to take the light and flip it upside down and put it, oops, get it lined up a little bit better. put it like this. And I like to take something, whether it's the glass itself or something, and just set it right on top of that. Just give it a little bit of weight while that dries so it can kind of squeeze that together and hold it together in place. Oops. I'm gonna move this out of the frame real quick. And I'm gonna set something. I have actually some water over here off to the side, and I'm just gonna set that on top. Give me 1 second here. Be right with you guys. All right, there we go. And then I'm gonna take the glass. I'm gonna start to add my gems onto it. Got some of these over here. Mixing 2 bags. And I have my popsicle stick. And what I like to do is I like to just take a little bit of the glue. I scrape on the side, take just a little bit of the glue, and I am just going to spread that on the back of my gem. A little bit like that, and just stick it right on there. Move that up just a little bit. So this is not a perfectionist craft. We're just gonna kind of come in there and put these all willy-nilly. Now, I like to do mine kind of in rows, and I'll show you also, sometimes I'll come in there and get them kind of crazy and just put them all around, and then sometimes I'll put them in neater rows. I figured that I like the look of the neater rows better. All right, squish those down, kind of bump them up next to each other. And I like to wait till I get 2 full rows of gems before I put the tape on. So I got a single row going here. The gems are not all uniform size, so you are going to not be able to make it perfect. Get a little glue there. Just a little bit, don't need too much. No sense in wasting. You can't waste the precious E6000. All right, putting some more on this one. I'll come up and put this one here. I like that one right there. All right, got almost 2 rolls complete. This. I like these pretty blue color gems. I know sometimes I see at the Dollar Tree they will have seasonal colors. I've seen that at a few of the Dollar Trees before, and then also like places like Hobby Lobby and Michael's. All those places, they all have glass gems too. Oh, and here we go. So this one's already starting to slide away right here. Okay, so I got these in place. I'm gonna get them all squished up next to each other. And then I'm gonna take a piece of masking tape. And how I like to do it is I like to start at one end and then just gently lay this over top of the gems, and then come back through and just make sure, let's see, that one tried to get away from me a little bit. Make sure you just touch it down to the gems. So you can kind of see where it's sticking to them on the tape. And that'll just hold them in place while it dries. And then you just remove the masking tape when it finishes drying.